Video is for help on Lesson 7 in MapleTA or Mobius on question number 6. The function f of t describes the amount of money you would have in a savings account after t years under the following assumptions. At t equaling 0, that means that time is 0. You initially have $500 in your savings account, so no time has elapsed. 2, your account earns 0.95% interest annually, and your bank compounds interest daily. They've given us this formula here, and one of the benefits of having Excel versus using your calculator is I can highlight this and copy, and then I'm going to come over here and paste, Control V, make this larger so that we can see it. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is come in here and take out the f of t part, and then look through everything else to make sure that it's correct so that Excel knows how to calculate it. The first thing I know, right here, Excel doesn't know what to do between those two, so you need to let it know that it needs to multiply. So equals 500 times this quantity, 1 plus 0.0095 divided by 365. So far everything's looking good. Excel knows what to do. The next part, though, it has parentheses and then this number, which when we copied and pasted makes sense. It doesn't know how to put that in the exponent. So I'm going to do Shift 6 for a caret. That'll put it in the exponent. Now both of these things, 365 and t, are in the exponent, so I'm going to do parenthesis and parentheses. So both of those are in the exponent. And because I'm going to be calculating something, this t here needs to be replaced with a number. And again, there's nothing between the 365 and the t, so I need to let Excel know that it needs to multiply, and I need to multiply it to something. T equals years, so I'm going to come over here and see what it needs for years. How much money would you have in your savings balance after 3 years using the assumptions above? So I'm going to put 3 in for t, substituting here, and this will now calculate for 3 years. I'm just going to run through that again just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes, because sometimes I do that when I'm doing a video and I might miss something. I have 500, I've changed this to a times, 1 plus, all the operations are looking good so far. In between each number there's an operation. Raise it to the entire exponent 365 times the time, or years. So that looks good. I'm going to press enter, and that'll give us how much money after 3 years. If you would like to see it as money, you can format your cell so that it does, I apologize, you can format that cell so that it's money, or you can just make sure that you round it to 2 decimal places. Round to the nearest cent. So 4, 5, this 4 does not round the 5 up, so it's $514.45. So we're going to do $514.45. The next question says, how much interest would you have earned by leaving your money in the savings account for 3 years? So this is the final amount after 3 years, and it told me at the initial that I have put in $500. So I can come over here again and calculate equals this cell minus the original. And I know some of you are okay just to subtract that in your head, but I'm going to go through that in case some of you have different auto-generated numbers that are not as nice. We'll press equal, and this will give me how much I made in that. Again, rounding to the nearest cent, 14.45. Again, the 4 does not raise the 5 up, so that looks good. We're going to double check that, and everything looks good. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.